the FBI and Fluke
this up. Okay, you cannot make this up. So we're gonna go ahead and continue this.
naturalized U.S. citizen who was born in Senegal and was living in Pflugerville, Texas. Material recovered from his person and inside the vehicle give possible indications of a nexus to terrorism, as the FBI announced earlier today. And remember what we said he had in his possession and was also wearing. The shooter was wearing clothing that said Allah on it. His sweater said property of Allah. And there's also known to be an undershirt with an Iranian flag and other materials inside. And remember what Representative Michael McCall of Texas just told me last hour. He said, Harris, in my own backyard just last night, we had an event that possibly could have been terror inspired right here in Austin, Texas. This is what he was talking about. Brett, I was reminding Americans this is not a new place for us to be in terms of keeping our heads on a swivel. But it bears repeating, we've lost Americans in the fight on the battlefield, and protecting the homeland now is also something that we must be on the alert. Now, authorities have not tied.
Who are they going to be protecting the homeland from you so-called American citizens? Okay? They said he was naturalized. Let's look up this word naturalized and see what that means. Okay? Let's type in naturalized citizen, because right, the next play was what? They acquire citizenship on the homegrown terror. Okay, this is a naturalized citizen is a person born in another country who voluntarily acquires citizenship of a new country through a formal legal process. So he was a legal citizen. So it's not just about the illegal immigrants, like they were trying to push to you before. Now, even with ICE, you see that they were going after also people that were actually U.S. citizens. So it doesn't matter about that, okay? And eventually, it doesn't matter if you're born there or if you've been there, your family has been there from generations since the colonies. That's not going to matter. Whether you're Native American, that's not going to matter. ICE told the Gadites, the so-called Native Americans, that he's coming for them. They're coming for them next. So it's not about that. It's deeper than what they're telling you.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Harakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and peace, love, and salutations to the elect, pushing this truth to the four corners of the earth, waking up the rest of the elect that hasn't woken up yet, which, hey, us men of the Lord are, believe that, they're woken up already, they're sealed, all right, so that Yahweh Shai could return and save us upon out of here, man, redeem us out of this wicked world, which will be destroyed, all right. America will be destroyed by nuclear fire and be turned into a lake of fire, and then when the fire is done, America is gonna be a big continent-sized desert, okay. So, and I pray that I'm numbered amongst the men to be saved and redeemed out of America, which will be destroyed. All right, all the wicked. If you're not the elect, all right, in America, you will be destroyed, all right, by nuclear fire. And everything in here will be destroyed. Even the animals, the cars, all right, your phone, your shoes, everything's going to be destroyed. Your PS5, your ex, all right, your girlfriend, all right, your boyfriend. It's all going to be destroyed, man, okay? All right, and this persecution, all right, of the elect will happen before that happens, man. All right, the elect will have to go through persecution, and this is exactly what this is. What this is. All right, it's gonna lead to one step closer to the persecution. All right, of the men of the men of Yahweh B'Shem Yahweh Shai specifically. All right, the Lord's elect. Okay, because we're doing nothing wrong, but we're not doing anything wrong. All we're doing is preaching the word of the Bible on the streets. We don't believe in laying our hands on anybody. All right. We preach that, to live peaceably with all men, if it be possible within you. Okay. To lay hands on no man suddenly. All right. All right. So we don't believe in fighting. All right. Carrying guns around, shooting guns at people. All right. What this black man did. All right. We're not with that, man. Okay. All right. All right, and that was a Senegalese dude, and the people of Senegal, all right, look like this, okay? All right. The native people of Senegal are so-called black people, man. All right. Really Hamites, but a good portion of them are Jakes. All right. That goes for everybody on earth. All right. But yeah, man. And what do people in America, dumb mother effers, call us Israelites, us men of Yahweh Shem Shai? They call us black Hebrew Israelites when we're not black. Hey, me myself, I'm not even a Judite. I'm of the tribe of Issachar. I'm not black. I'm a Latino. I don't have nappy hair. My hair is straight, wavy. All right, but it's not black. I mean, it's not a nappy. I don't have, I'm not dark skin. I got the Latino conquistador looking features to me, man. All right. But I'm a Hebrew Israelite. So this thing has nothing to do with being black. But they want to persecute the black man, which is in America, specifically the Israelites. All right. Because we have the truth, because, hey, not only that, all right, we are the Lord's chosen people, the tribe of Judah, the true Jews. Okay. The true Judites. All right. Which the Judites are the head tribe, the leaders of all 12 tribes, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, the 12 tribes of Israel, okay? And this is what the white man trying to fabricate and create his own way of persecuting the blacks and Latinos and Native Americans, which are natural citizens, okay? For the most part, the Americans, the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans that are in America, the majority of them are naturally born citizens and have been here for generations, man. All right. Hey, the Native Americans were here before the white man. Shit, and the Latinos. Shoot, me, I'm technically a Native American Issacharite, okay? Mexican, Issachar, all right? Because my father's bloodline, hey, that goes back, we were native to Texas, all right? Around the border, okay? Okay? And, yeah, so I'm basically a Native American, but I'm not of the tribe of Gad, okay? We're Issachar, okay? I'm an Issacharite, all right? As far as I know, through the Spirit, So, yeah, man, the white man is trying to persecute us, man. And he's going to have to come up with these fake, all right, false T attacks, okay? All right, because, of course, this guy is a black man, all right?
Okay.
And he's
Muslim.
All right.
Next.
And his shirt, of course, it says property of Allah and has the Iranian flag. Out of all the flags on earth, it's a Muslim flag on earth. It's the Iranian flag under his t-shirt as an undershirt. What they do to take his hoodie off and see that too? Like, what the hell, man? And who the fuck, that's tacky as hell. Like the brother was saying in this video. All right. Watch this brother's video, man. All right. GMS contrition is key. God 3163. All right, watch this video. Subscribe. All right, this is who I got this video from. All right, this is tacky, man. All right, who the fuck wears that? And of all the Muslims, of course it's a black Muslim. All right, because hey, that's who the white men are. Esau, Edom. All right, the elites, Donald Trump and etc. are after in America. They're after the true Israelites, which happen to be melanated, dark-skinned people. All right. All right, and they have they have to find a way. They're trying to find a way to persecute. All right, to come down with great wrath. Revelation 12:12. All right, upon the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans here in America. All right, which have Roman rights. They have Roman rights. I mean, American rights. So they're trying to do away with the rights and cause false flag T attacks with the black man or the Latino man or the Native American man as the face of TERROR, okay? Because hey, us men of the Lord, we see this and we're like, oh yeah, that has to be false. It has to be set up by the white man, fabricated. And it only makes sense for it to be, man. All right. And Iran, what kind of there's different types of Muslim beliefs, man. All right. What kind of Muslim belief is Iran. I believe it's the Sunni, all right? And this guy, he was they're the Sunni Muslims, all right? But this guy, all right, he's a, he's a Shia, okay? All right, they found out that he's a Shia believer, okay? Or no, the Senegalese people, all right, the people of Senegal, all right, they're mainly, where is it at? They're mainly Shia, all right? Where is it at, man? Dang, I just had it. Yeah, they're mainly Shia, okay? The people of Senegal, which this man is from, all right, all right, they're Shia, but Iran is Sunni, and they're like, they hate each other, man. So, hey, this is tacky. The white man, he's making a mess with his fabrications, man. All right. First precept I want to get is Acts 21:37. It says, and as Paul was to be led into the castle, he said unto the chief captain, may I speak unto thee? Who said, canst thou speak Greek? Are not thou that Egyptian? All right, so this captain asked Paul, all right, aren't you that Egyptian, which before these days made us an uproar and led us out into the wilderness for 1,000 men that were murderers? So this captain was confused and confused Paul, all right, a prophet of the Lord, to be an Egyptian leader, all right, to do that caused many murders, all right, because the Egyptians were they had that black man appearance to them, all right, back in the day, all right. The modern day Egyptians are not the ancient day Egyptians. The ancient day Egyptians are the South Sudanian people, all right, which are tall black people, man, all right, which are not of the tribe of Judah, all right. Just because you're black and you got nappy hair, doesn't mean you're an Israelite. Doesn't mean you're a Judite, okay? Get that straight, okay? But there's a lot of people that look Latino, but they're Arab, all right? There's a lot of people that look Native American, but they're something else, People look like each other, but they're not the same people, man, all right? So people get confused by looks, and that's what was happening here, and that's the same thing that's going on right now, man, all right? Back in the day, Paul was mistaken for an Egyptian because he probably looked like an Egyptian. All right, black. All right, Paul was a black man. All right, outer appearance. All right, nappy hair, dark skin. All right. Senegalese people, they look like, they have they're black people, but they're not Israelites. They're not of the tribe of Judah. All right. So Esau, Edom could easily use black Muslims as to confuse people into thinking that, oh, those black Hebrew Israelites are Muslim. And people always say that, all right? Oh, are you guys Muslim? They get us confused with Muslims because we preach, because we have Hebrew laws. I mean, we have Hebrew ways, man. All right. There's Hebrew Ishmaelites and then there's Hebrew Israelites. We're the Hebrew Israelites. All right. We're not Muslim. Okay. We're not Allah. We're Yahweh. All right. We have the true name of the Lord. Allah just means power. That's not a name. That's a title. The Lord Yahweh, which means he who is. All right. That's his true name. All right. There's a difference. Okay. We have fringes at the bottom of our garments. They don't. Okay. We fast. We dry fast. They water fast. All right. We don't boast about our fast. They boast. All right. They let everybody know that they're fasting. Okay. So there's a difference. Okay. It's not about your looks. It's about who you are. It's about, who you are, your spirit. Okay. And Paul, just as Paul was mistaken for Egyptians, we're going to be mistaken for Muslims. All right. And it's going to be on purpose to get us defamed, to get us persecuted. All right. So I asked AI, Google AI says, yes, was Paul mistaken for an Egyptian? It says, yes, according to the Bible, the Apostle Paul was mistaken for a specific Egyptian revolutionary by a Roman military commander. All right. The confusion, because Paul was at the center of a mass public disturbance. All right. The commander assumed he might be the same fugitive returning to cause more trouble. Okay. Because hey, we're gonna be mistaken for these things, man. All right. The political climate. The first century was a time of frequent Jewish uprisings and messianic movements, making Roman officials highly suspicious of any public disturbance. And that's what's going on right now. That same suspicion, that same, spirit is going on right now, man. Okay, in America and around the world. And even the Sakari connection, man. Because Sakari, which were Israelites, they were doing wicked stuff too, which we don't preach. We don't preach to have people. We don't preach to lay hands on anybody, man. All right. Appearance. Some scholars and commentators suggest that because Paul was an Afro-Semitic, all right, Hebrew, all right, his physical appearance might have been similar enough to someone from Egypt to make the commander's assumption plausible in a chaotic movement. All right. So yeah, man. All right, we're going to be mistaken for Muslims because, hey, there's black Muslims, man. Hey, the people of Senegal, for the most part, are Muslims. Eastern African people are Muslims, okay? All right, so I'm going to make a part 2. I had a whole bunch. I got a few more precepts that I wanted to hit, but I got to get back to the plantation. All right, hope this was edifying to the elect. Shalom.